Okay, good evening all. Right, let's quickly wrap up the lesson and move to the revision that we need to discuss the things from the beginning again. And before finishing, I would like to emphasize on two things at the end of the lesson. So now actually we have learned the ways of search in the internet, and we know how to search things in the internet. How do we search and how to search things in the internet? We already know that. The next is, right, the next is, do we really know what about this the internet safety? I said that the internet is not a really safe environment because there are a lot of people connecting to the internet. There are a lot of people using internet. We don't know their behavior, and we can't see them actually. We don't know whether they are real people or are they like pretending like someone else. Therefore, we have to be safe. As safety factors, we were discussing about few things. One important thing is the personal information. We should not give personal information to untrusted sources. Right? There can be things, so websites asking our personal details, but we have to be very careful to not to give personal information. But there are some websites, they have purpose of collecting personal information, but there are some websites actually there are no purposes. So if they are if it is suspicious, always get an advice from an adult without giving your information. Let's say your a website is asking your address, telephone number, bank details, lot of details about you. Then without getting an advice, do not provide information to those websites. Even though you trust, ask from an adult whether is it really required. That is one thing. And another important thing is access control. Right, the different in the internet. So different access levels are there for different users, and different sites or different applications ask different access levels. For an example, let's think you have installed an application to your mobile phone. Have you seen that it is requesting access? Some applications are requesting access to camera. Some applications are requesting access to your phone book. Have you seen that? When you install an app to your mobile phone, so Zoom, for an example, Zoom, when you install Zoom, it is asking access to your camera. Have you seen that or not? You have not installed Zoom, ne? Zoom walin නෙවෙයි join නේද? Right, okay. Here install Zoom. So let's say in Android asking permissions. So normally, right, have you seen something like this? So here, allow Zoom to record video. Here, allow Android to record video, record audio, allow to access the camera. Likewise, different messages are coming sometimes, right? Different applications are having different privileges. Let's see Android app privileges. Right, you can go to the application and different applications. Here, can you see app permissions? Right, app permissions. How to access this? Let's right, you can go to are you joining from mobile phone? Anyone here joining from your mobile phone? Joining with your mobile phone? Yes. Is there anyone joining with the mobile phone or no one? Okay, Yona says, and he's joining from the mobile phone. Right, you can go to this. So let me show this in my mobile phone. If you also, you can show this in your mobile phone. Let me join it using my mobile phone for the moment. All of you can do, if you have mobile phone with you, ඔගොල්ලන්ගේ mobile phone එක තියෙනවා නම් ඔගොල්ලන්ටත් කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන් පුතේ මේක. Let me share my screen. In mobile phone. Okay, I have joined with Zoom meeting. Then I need to share the screen. Okay. Now you can share the screen of your mobile phone. Now, or anyone who's joining using mobile phone can share your screen. Okay. Okay. So can you go to settings? Settings. Right, there's something called applications. In the bottom, can you see applications? Yatamathina applications. Okay, when you go there, there's something called app permission. Okay, let's go to one application for an example. Let's go down and select okay, let's go down and select so go down further. Please go down further and just select Gmail for an example. It's disabled, right? So okay, can you go right for this is disabled? No, go back, then move down further. Knox, can you go to that application Knox? Right, can you see its mobile data, memory, app settings? Can you go to that app settings? App settings and permissions. Right, can you see no permissions required? Right, no permission required. There are some applications like this. Okay, let me stop the sharing for the moment. Let me share the screen and see here. So you have to go to the settings of your mobile phone. Others can also do this with your mobile phone. Let me go to the settings. Okay, then I have to go to the applications. Here, apps. App settings. These are system apps. Manage apps. Permissions here. Permissions. Here, I'm going to the permission manager. Can you see calendar? Right, this calendar has permission to access Gmail, Google, or Doc. But it is not having permission to access the following. Here, these are not allowed. The set here, it's not allowed, right? But the above 4 applications are allowed. Different application will have different permissions. I'm going to see, okay, contact, right? Contact, my contact application is allowed to access these applications. එතකොට contact application එකට පුළුවන් මෙන්න මේ application වල access කරන්න. Imo, PayPal, Skype, Telegram, TikTok ඒ ඔක්කොම access කරන්න පුළුවන් contact. එතකොට not allowed ඒවා තමයි මේ යට තියෙන්නේ. Asia, BNB ඒවා not allowed. ඒ වගේ එක එක app වලට පුතේ different applications will get different SMS application can access Google Phone, Xiaomi Cloud, Messages, Google Play Store, but not allowed to access the Messenger, Uber, WhatsApp, etc. Different applications will get different privileges. එක application වලට එක දේවල් apply කරන්න පුළුවන්. For an example, so let's think about you. Right, maybe you are having vehicles in your home. Can you drive the vehicle? How many of you can drive the vehicle in the roads? Yes. How many of you can drive the vehicles in the roads? Yes, tell me. Raise your hand. You have to talk. If you are not talking, we cannot continue. Yes. Can you drive the vehicle? Hello. Can you drive? Okay. Can you drive the vehicle? Are you allowed to drive a vehicle? Tinari? Come on, all of you, please turn on the camera. All of you, please turn on the cameras. Otherwise, I don't know whether you are listening to the lesson or not. So this is not acceptable because you are not answering. All of you need to turn on the cameras. Quickly. I can see Yonal, not others. You need to turn on the cameras, otherwise respond the questions. Because I don't know what you're doing. All of you. All mean all of you. Still, I cannot see some. Still, I cannot see Tinari. Tenura, not in the class. Tinari, not in the class. I will consider you as you are not in the class, right? If you're not turning on the camera, I will consider you are not in the class. Okay. Tenura, Ritum, Senuri, where are you? If you're not in the class, where are you? Okay. Now I can see some, but still I cannot see Tenura. I think he's not in the class. Still I cannot see Yonal. So what has happened? Not in the class?
Say I turn on camera and my mobile phone.
Okay. Ritum, where are you? Okay, still not. Ritum not in the class. Shall I remove you? Is it okay? Ritum.
Okay.
Turn on the camera. So if you're in the class. Otherwise, I will not be able to. Because I just need to keep your attention. Some of you are not paying the attention to the class because when I ask things, you are not responding. That is so bad. You need to respond. And when I ask questions, please respond. That is proper way. Okay. Now tell me. Right. Can you drive the vehicle? Are you allowed to drive a vehicle? Are you given permission? ඔයාලට permission තියනවද vehicle drive කරන්න? පාර දිගේ පුළුවන්? No. Why is that?
No, sir. We don't have.
Because it is.
For it.
Yeah, it is not. Its permissions not given. The reason is it is not good because you are physically and mentally not mature enough to drive in the road. See, think that yeah, an accident is there. So then how can you take the responsibility? Are you going to go to jail? It's not possible, right? Therefore, kids are not allowed to drive vehicles. Permission. All of you have all the permission. Can you control money in your home? Do you have a bank account and do you have ATM card to control? And are you the one bringing these things to home? Are you the one controlling the money at your home? No, it's your parent, right? So why? Because again, you are not mature enough to control that. So is there anyone doing jobs currently? Working somewhere, doing jobs? Side you are working? side, are you working? No, right? No one is working. Why? Still, you all are kids. You cannot work. So everybody is not given all the permission to do things. Similar to that, here the access control means different parties are given different privileges. Different parties are given different privileges. And also, one of the main access control method is passwords. So when you're using password, you need to remember that the password should be strong enough. You have to mix the characters. You have to increase the number of characters at least to 8 characters. Otherwise, your password can be guessed. So let's see. Let's see. I have a password, and I am only using A and B letters, and I have 3 characters in my password. Only using A and B letters. Can you guess my password?
Yes, sir.
It can be AAB, right? It can be ABB. It can be ABA.
BBA.
BAA. BBA. What else? BAB. Okay. Is there any other guess? Is there any other guess? All this. Yes. You can get it. Oh, my password should be one of these. Because I cannot have any other password other than this. I'm using only A and B characters and having 3 characters. Then my password is easy to guess. Then what happens if you increase the number of characters? What if I'm including capital, simple characters, numbers, all these things? Then my password can be A, B, C. It can be A, B, C, A, B, B, 1, A, B, B, D, 6, and C, E, F, 6, this number, and can be something like this, something like this. How many combinations, right? So it will be lot of combinations. So when there are higher number of characters, the combinations are high. Then is it easy to guess the password? When the number of characters are high, is it easy to guess or difficult to guess? Difficult to guess. So can you understand why a better password should have letters, numbers, and symbols, everything? Why? Then this is harder to guess. Then that is harder to guess. Why a better password should have 8 characters? Then also it is very hard to guess. Okay, let's write down that part quickly in your book. Take your book and write down this. Take your book and write down this. Access control mechanisms. Access control mechanisms. So I'll use Google Docs, right? That's better. Please write down there. Access control mechanisms are used to provide security to our data and information. Different applications will get different privileges. When using internet, we need to aware about this. For an example, if a game is requesting permission to access your camera and contacts, you need to recheck it with an adult. Is it really safe to allow camera and contact access? Right? So that you need to consider. Another thing is passwords. Strong passwords are providing strong security. And it makes hacking difficult, makes hacking or unauthorized access difficult. Having multiple characters, symbols, numbers, and letters will make your password strong. It is recommended to have at least 8 characters in a password. Please write down that. There is important and strong point that you need to consider. Please write down this in addition to the notes in your book. The second thing is online purchasing and internet purchasing. Let's learn about that next. First of all, please write down this. Next, we'll concern about online buying and selling. How can we securely use online environment for purchasing? Okay, the next important thing is to write it.
Saving.
Doesn't matter, right? Slowly write, it's okay. I'll explain the next while you're writing. So let me explain. When you're buying things online, you need to provide banking information and card information, and that is normal, right? But that has inherited security issue, because if the site is fake or if somebody else has hacked the account, then so when you provide this sensitive information, that can be dangerous. How many of you are ordering online? How many of you have ordered online or bought goods online? Yes. So can you raise your hand? Only 1, 2, right? Okay, 3, yes. Yes, you are doing that. But the thing is, 5 are there, right? So normally we used to order things online. It is normal, right? So especially, so now actually so you can see my time, I'm not in Sri Lanka. So especially when I was in Singapore, and today I'm in Malaysia. And again, we used to, most of the things we need to do online, right? Even getting some visa application, e-visa application, and ordering things need to be done online. So then how can we trust? Actually, we are when we are especially in a different country, we don't know the people, right? So it can be risky to provide the card details online. It is risky to provide our bank details online. But there is a nice way of doing that. That is called COD. Have you heard about this concept, COD? What is that?
Cash on delivery.
Cash on delivery. That means even though you are ordering the product or service online, you are not paying until you receive the good or service. And you will pay at your door, pay at your doorstep. So that is a good way. Why? Because then you know to whom you are paying, and you know you are not like your details are not exposed to many. It's exposed to only like maybe you can pay by cash, right? No need to provide card details. This is one good thing in online ordering, right? Write down nowadays online ordering of products and services is really popular. This will give you an opportunity to compare products efficiently and order regardless of the time and the location. You can order from anywhere in the world. But it is risky to provide our bank information, credit card details to unknown sites, unknown websites and apps. If you do such thing, it is better to get an advice from an adult. It is better to get an advice from an adult. Cash on delivery is a secure and very good option when you're ordering online. That will allow you to check the good or service before you pay. Check the goods or services, right? Goods or services before you pay. Okay, so we have discussed about the safety. Now we have discussed about the security, safety, both. And some other measurements that you should take is like, do not provide sensitive information without asking your adder. Do not provide the numbers, details, addresses, credit card details, bank details. Never do that, especially to the unknown parties. And another thing that you need to consider is like when you're doing such thing, another thing that you need to consider is basically, all right, one thing like when you are doing online ordering, not just that, when you get the emails, especially these emails, when you're opening emails, please consider about the attachment and the emails. Sometimes there can be viruses. We have to be really consider about, don't open the links. Sometimes you are sharing the links in the groups, WhatsApp groups, like a miracle will happen when you click on this link. You will get a reload when you click on this link. Time to time you get such messages, but don't believe that. Most of these are scams, fake things, right? I can see sometimes you are sharing this in groups, neda. දැකලා තියෙනවා groups වල share වෙනවා. මේක share කරාම ice stress එකක් වැටෙනවා. මේක share කරාම magic එකක් වෙනවා. නැත්නම් reload එකක් හම්බ වෙනවා. 50 GB free හම්බ වෙනවා. ඕවා verify කරන්න නැතුව පුතේ share කරන්නත් එපා. And do not click on these links, right? මේ links වලින් සමහරට virus එන්න පුළුවන් ආවි. Messages, emails ඔක්කොම. So this is online environments. So be safe. Always think 2-3 times before you do something. මේ දැන් මට ආප් එකක් මම මේ කියන්නේ මේ මම කීපයක් පෙන්නන්නම් ඔයාලට. I'll show you something. This is actually from our piece of group. You can see some students are sharing these things. These are not trusted, right? You can see මෙම ඔබට මොකද්ද මේ මෙම වෙබ් අඩවි වගේ 50 GB ඕනෑම ජාලයකට data ලබා ගැනීමට අවස්ථාවක් ඇති. හරි. එහෙම ඉතින් so most of these are scams. එතකොට මෙතන තියෙන තව එකක් මේ Australia visa sponsorships and jobs 2003 labor shortage. The Australian government is looking for it. So වගේ දාලා තියෙනවා legally Sri Lanka 400 numbers of immigration, 400% numbers of immigration, and then you are given a link to apply. But these are mostly these are scams. මේවා මේ ඇත්තේම නෙවෙයි. So don't click on these links. Instead of clicking on this link, one thing that you can do is you can copy the link and scan the link. You can go to a website like virus total, but ඒවැනුත් එන්නේ හරියටම and scan this URL. හැබැයි ඒවැනුත් හරියටම 100%. It's not assuring 100%. It's not assuring, but better you check this, at least check once before you apply, because these are spams most of the time. This says it is a clean URL, but sometimes when you try to apply, it's asking to share this to multiple groups. Likewise, they are giving some spamming options. Okay, this is image, and they are asking personal information of you. I was trying to get personal information of you, and this site is from vpay.com.ng, visa lottery registration. What is ng? Ng domain, vpay.com.ng. Where's this ng domain? You need to consider about these factors. vpay.com.ng, and there's something called visa lottery registration. Okay, this is okay. It's saying okay, it's increasing the number. You can see the numbers are increasing this much of users, and then here you can see some Facebook comments. So you can see users are drawing heavily. Right? My brother got into Australia 4 minutes ago, but these are not true, right? So you can see these are not true. These are just some like images. This is not a Facebook link. They're just sharing this, and you can see this is drawing till today. So how soon it is drawing? Can you see? Let's go back. Let's go back again. It's not even allowing you to go back, right? You can see site, and I'm trying to apply again, and I think it will begin from the here. Can you see? It's fake, right? දැන් මේක ආයේ අර පොඩි ගානෙන් පටන්ගෙන වැඩි වෙවි යනවා. අපිව නිකන් අර මේක මිස් වෙයි කියනවා වගේ. ඒ වගේ මේව කරන්න බලන්න. දැන් මම මුලින් ඉඳන් ආවොත් ආයේ අඩු ගානකින් පටන් දැන් 7,000 ගානක් නැතිනේ till today. හරිද? ඒක නිකන් රැන්ඩම් නම් එකක් බලන්න කොහොමද කියලා. දැන් මේකට ගියාම මම මේක රිෆ්‍රෙෂ් කරනවා. දැන් මොකුත් නැහැ. blank. දැන් මම මේකට apply කියන එකට ගියාම ඔන්න ආයෙ පටන් ගන්නවා මේ 2000 ගානෙන් පටන්ගෙන ආයෙ draw වෙනවා. Can you see that is a fake? So if it is really drawing, it should draw from the previous number, ne? So why it's drawing from again from 2000? And can you see? This is 2 minutes ago, some 1 minute ago, something 4 minutes ago, something, but it is not changing. Even after 10 minutes, still these things are same. Right? These are fake. But you are sharing these things, right? Thinking, but these are fake. Most of these are fake. Right? They are trying to grab your personal details. So please be careful when sharing these things. Right? Please be careful when sharing these things. Most of these are fake things. Right? Okay, now you know how to behave in the online environment. All are not genuine. Everyone is not genuine. So you have to be safe. So you have to really think before you do something, because this environment is not safe. Right? Okay, now you have proper idea about this. We just discuss about the password. We learn the safety environment, online transaction, how to do safety transactions. That is about the lesson. So let's move to the lesson number 1 and quickly revise the things that we have learned from the beginning. Now we have officially finished our syllabus and we need to do the workbook, yes. But before that, I would like to emphasize and quickly go through the things that we have learned already. Now time is 10:22 p.m. here. What's the time in Sri Lanka? I think it's around
7:52. Yeah.
okay. We have 15 minutes. I think that is enough that we can just go through the lesson and finish it quickly. So we just learn about the computer, a friendly guy, right? Which does actually, it's similar to us. It works with the outside environment, right? It takes input from the outside world, process and produce outputs. That is our computer, similar to us. We are also doing same thing now. We are taking input from the outside environment. We eat things, we breathe, right? Breath, how we breathe? We take oxygen from the environment. How we eat? We take food from the environment. Then we'll, like after taking that, we will process it internally and produce some output. How we talk, how we walk, how we sing, how we dance, how we study, all these are outputs. So how we eat, how we drink, how we breathe, these are inputs. So in our body, it is processed. Similar to that, computer will take inputs, process and produce output. To take inputs, computer use input devices. Can you name a few? Can you name a few input devices?
Keyboard,
Microphone, webcam, mouse, touchpad, joystick. Yes, these are inputs. So what are the output devices computer use?
speaker,
Speaker,
scanner, multimedia.
Scanner is it input? Out. Scanner is input, right? Scanning is taking things in. Scan scanner is input. Webcam is input. Printer is output. Monitor is output. Projector is output. Speakers are output. Yes, giving things out. Be careful when you are telling answers. Sometimes you are telling wrong answers. Then you will get less marks. Okay, so what are the processing devices inside the computer?
Central processing unit, graphic processing unit.
Yes, the central, and there's one called GPU, graphic processing unit. So when you right click on your Windows button and go to the task manager, we will learn this in grade 7, right? Don't worry, we will learn this in grade 7. Grade 7 then you can go to the performance. Then there you can see CPU. central processing unit, and GPU, graphic processing unit. These are processing units. CPU, GPU are processing units. Okay, computer will take inputs, process and output. And in addition to that, what computer does? The computer ka karanne. There are some other tasks that computer does. What are they? Yes, it can memorize and it can store. So what is the difference between memory and storage? What is the difference between memory and the storage? Yes, come on. What is the difference between memory?
Storage, small time data.
Yes, memory, the other way, right? Memory will keep data for small time. Okay, for an example, can you remember the meal that you have taken 48 hours ago?
Don't remember.
Can you exactly remember the meals that you have taken 48 hours ago? No.
No, sir.
It's difficult. The reason is we can't memorize. It's not there in our memory. Memory is temporary. Okay, computer has similar memory. Whatever that you are reading in my screen, this PDF now is in the memory. These pictures in the side, your video image, all the pictures and the names, these are in the memory. This will be there only for the moment, now only. But after some time, this will not be there. That is the nature of your memory, right? This PDF, the WhatsApp, this browser window, Google Chrome, all are there in the memory for temporary time. If you need to keep this for a long time, what you need to do? If you want to keep this for a long time, what you need to do?
Not a book.
Yes, as human beings, we are going to note down. If you really need to remember something for a long time, we are normally writing it down. That is how we remember the things. But computers are not doing that. Computers will store. So where are these computers are storing things? In storage devices. Yes, in storage devices. Computers are storing things in storage devices. Can you name a few storage devices?
Pen drive.
Hard
CD.
Hard disk. Okay.
Blu-ray, DVD.
Blu-ray, DVD, CD, memory cards. Internal hard disk, external hard disk, all are storages. Storages can keep things for a long time. Memory can keep things for a short time. Example for memory is random access memory. Example for storage, you said a lot. CD, DVD, memory card, DVD, Blu-ray, pen drive, hard disk, all are storages. Okay, now we learn about few devices. We learn about input devices, output devices, processing devices, memory, storage devices, and not only that, the computers need something called communication devices that will communicate. These communication devices will communicate messages from one computer to another computer. That is the task of communication devices. That is also devices required, devices needed by the computers. Okay, that is it. That is about the computer. And there are some features which are unique to computer. So speed and efficiency, accuracy, what else? What are the unique features to the computer? Speed, efficiency, accuracy. Can you name a few more?
Correct.
Yes?
Correctly.
Correctness. What else?
Storage.
Storage. Okay, what else?
Intelligence.
It has high storage capacity. It can store millions of books or thousands of books simultaneously. That is high storage capacity, right? And here's memory capacity, storage capacity, efficiency, accuracy, consistency. Consistency means, so even you go and ask in the midnight, even though you go and ask in the morning, the computer's response will be same. කොයි වෙලාවෙ computer එක respond කරත් එකම respond එක තමයි. That is consistent, right? These are the features. Reliable, it is trustworthy, it is consistent, it is fixed. Consistency කියන්නේ දැන් ඔයාලා ගිහිල්ලා if you go and ask your mother අම්මේ what is the time now, she will reply. If you go and ask your mother after 1 hour, I mean, what is the time now, she will also reply. If you go and ask your mother in late night, maybe 1 a.m, I mean, what is the time now, then she will get angry because you are continuously asking the same question from her. Then she will get angry, especially in the late night. But the computer won't get angry, right? Computer will not get angry. Whenever you ask, it will give the same response. That is called consistency. Right. So the initial cost of the computer is high, but maintenance is very low. In order to maintain a pet, we need to spend. In order to maintain you, your mother and father need to spend. But in order to maintain a computer, you don't want to spend much. It's a very good pet to have. Right? Less cost. Okay, then embedded computers. I think you saw the video that I have shared in the group. Have you seen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
That is about a robot. Especially that robot is I made that robot yesterday when I was in Singapore. So actually I met one of my friends there. So he just scanned the QR code and placed the order. Actually, no one else was there in the place. Like we couldn't see any human beings basically right in there, but there were some in far away. They were far away from us. After scanning the QR code and placing the order, the robot was delivering the food. After that, we send the robot back. So those are called embedded computers. Robots, not just the robots, washing machines, TVs, cars, vehicles, mobile phones, right? All these can be considered as embedded things. And about the devices, we already discussed. About the embedded computers, we discussed about input, output, processing, memory, storage, communication devices, we discussed. And this is CPU. So sometimes people will get this wrong. People will call this unit a system unit, CPU. That is wrong. This large box is called system unit. Inside that, there's a motherboard. And in the motherboard only, the CPU is mounted, right? So don't call this unit CPU. Shops basically call this CPU shop. CPU, but don't call like that. There's motherboard, and after that, central processing unit is this. Okay. Then the main memory, it is random access. This is what the temporary memory that computer got. Right. Then storage devices, we just discussed about them. What are the internal and external communication devices like routers, modem, NIC. Then one more thing, when you are working with the computer, you are basically working with the software. So let's say you are looking at a movie, you are watching a movie. Actually, you are watching at your screen, but how the movie is played using a movie player or YouTube. So let's say you are watching like a video, maybe it is played using WhatsApp or maybe YouTube or TikTok or something. That means we need hardware devices. It's tangible for the physical components. But in order to work with them, surely we need software. So can you define software? What are these software? Yes. What are these software? Yes. Software are basically set of instructions. Right? Software are set of instructions. So please remember this. Most of you guys cannot remember the things that we have learned. Software are set of instructions, programs that advise computer to do something. Okay, how can you see this note? You can see my monitor, but actually you are looking at this Google Docs. Google Docs is a software. Monitor එකක් තෝරන Google Docs උත් තෝරනවාට මේක බලන්න. This is your workbook. Sorry, Yes, this is your workbook. Or no, not the workbook. This is your reading book. So how you look at this? You need the monitor but you need this PDF reading software. So this is WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a software. Zoom, how we are doing classes using Zoom. You need monitor, speaker, microphone, yes, but you need Zoom software also. Hardware cannot do things alone. It needs support of software. That is basically programs and set of instructions. Those are intangible, but hardware are physical and tangible. Okay, these are some software programs that you use. Then finally, in this chapter, we have learned the different usages of computers in different areas. So can you tell me other areas other than what you can see here? Can you tell me some other areas where computer is used other than this place? Yes.
In house.
Yes, in household activities. Right, in cooking, in dining, cooking, maybe for entertainment, playing videos, watching movies, you need that. Right, entertainment, in house, in sports, right, in researchers, in
Studios.
Sorry, Netanya, yes, videos.
Studios.
Studios, yes, and studios, photography.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
How can we use a computer to iron
Computer to?
iron clothes or something?
Right, for ironing clothes, yeah. There are smart, because like material to material, it is different, no? So we manually change the temperature, no? But there are smart irons, right, which can detect the material and change the temperature accordingly. Even the mobile phone has speakers now. Today only I just tested it in my mobile phone. We have different hearing abilities. According to our age and according to the person to person, so different frequencies cannot be heard and different frequencies can be heard in different level. Samara frequency අපිට වැඩියෙන් ඇහෙනවා, සමහරව අඩුවෙන් ඇහෙනවා. එහෙම තියෙනවා. Person to person this is different. Now mobile phones or these speakers are capable of adjusting according to the person. එතන මට ඇහෙන විදිය වෙනස්, ඔයාට ඇහෙන විදිය වෙනස්. ඒ අනුව frequencies හදලා දෙන්න mobile phone එකේ speakers වලට පුළුවන්. Not just the mobile phone. Speakers are smart enough to adjust according to the limits, right? That means like your mother can hear something, but you can hear something else. So that can be. That is true. But speakers are capable, smart speakers are capable to adjust according to that. Similar to that, the irons and all, these are now smart and can adjust according to the inputs given. Okay, so the computers are everywhere, right? In space exploration, in scientific exploration, in astrology, in geology, right? Different applications are used in. Now it's everywhere. In disaster monitoring, weather reporting, right? And Netanya has applied a makeup that is also using a computer, virtual makeover, right? So virtual makeover, yes, that is also an application. Virtual salons are there. Before buying the products, we can virtually go to the salon, right? Before buying a product, we can virtually dress up. So these are there. And especially food serving machines, vending machines, these are in restaurant industry. So it's used everywhere, right? Just explore around that. Okay, with that, you can just go through these things. The lesson number 1 is done. Next day, I'll be discussing lesson number 2. Likewise, we will finish all the lessons very quickly. If you have friends still who couldn't join the class, please ask them to join, because after discussing, so our second discussion will be over, then we will be going to grade 7, right? Therefore, if you have friends, this is the time that they can join. Actually, today is the best day. If they join today, it's really good, right? But anyway, it doesn't matter. Ask them to join at least by next week. Then good night. See you all next week, right? Bye.
Good night. Bye. Thank you.
Good night, sir.
Okay, bye.
Yes, sir.